Hello Internetians, my name is Josh, aka Ultraplayer, welcoming you to a brand new league. Welcome to the, I don't remember what it's called, I believe it's just called the ABC League. This is a really fun league. I was surfing around the GBA Other Leagues channel in Discord, and they were looking for a replacement for a coach that dropped out mid-draft. So I joined in. And this league is really interesting because it's not just a standard league. Basically, the way this league works is every Pokemon... first of all, I'm going to leave the link to the Discord and the doc in the description, so you can go check it out and see all the other teams and maybe join in and be a spectator and everything. But basically what happens in this league is every Pokemon you draft gets every ability and every move that starts with the first letter of its name. I need to turn my fan on. Whew. Here. So that makes for a really interesting team building and drafting, etc., etc. I don't believe I have a ban list immediately pulled up. But basically, like, unless the Pokemon already gets it, stuff like Protean is banned, stuff like Battle Bond is banned. Well, Battle Bond is Greninja specific. Pure Power, Huge Power, Arena Trap, Shadow Tag, a whole mess of stuff. The ban list, I'll try to remember to leave a pastebin of the ban list in the description. But it's really, really, really fun. We also only get one Zmon, just like Z Captain, like the GBA. So there's that. But it's really, really cool. So when I joined in, I believe 6 Mons had already been picked, 6 or 7, and I picked the rest. I really like the team actually that the person before me who dropped out drafted, because it's really, really solid. So there is that. Anyway, so this is gonna be my draft recap. Going over the team that I have, going over potential things that I can have. It's really interesting, having some of this stuff. It's so weird in my room. It's so weird to have my recording station right now. I'm gonna have to keep turning off and on my fan. So we're gonna go over the team today. Week 1 is actually gonna be up really soon, I believe. I don't know. It depends on when I want to post it. Depends on whether or not I'm going to post it immediately or wait till a certain day. I don't know. I tried joining like a whole mess of leagues, so that's going to be interesting. Anyway, let us go over what the New York Metagross. I didn't know if I mentioned that. I am the coach of your New York Metagross. Love that. Power. Let's go over what it was drafted for us and what we drafted. So the first one that was drafted for us was actually Magearna. And that's a really, really solid pick. And we're actually going to go ahead and make this our Z Captain. Magearna just being so solid in general already in League format and in OU in general, having such a wide variety of coverage. And now thanks to how this league is going to work, you get access to all kinds of new abilities and moves. Magic Bounce, Magic Guard, Magnet Pull, which could be interesting, Mega Launcher for stuff like Aura Sphere, Misty Surge if you really wanted to power up Fleur Cannon, which could be interesting. Whole mess of stuff. Multi-Scale and Moxie. Hello. But, it's going to give some new moves, too. It's really cool. It gives me a good setup sweeper. It gives me a good bulky mon already. What did I name you? I don't remember what I'm naming you. Ew. Clockwork? I don't know. We'll just name you Clockwork for now. I'm sure I have a better name for you. I know it's spelled weird, but... Anyway, Magearna, such a good mon, good setup sweeper, good late game cleaner, just good all around with 130 base. I mean, the stats are really good, except for the speed, but everything is just so good. Has great bulk, has a great typing with Steel Fairy only being weak to fire and ground, both which can be mitigated depending on what you like with an Air Balloon or an Aqua Berry or a Shuca Berry or something. So, Magearna, very good first round pick. I'm very pleased with having Magearna. And then Z Captain being able to launch off powerful moves, such as All Out Pummeling. You can run Twinkle Tackle. You can run Corkscrew Crash. It's just a very, very good mon in general. So the next mon that we drafted was actually Tapu Lele. I'm going to name you Lele. And Lele is a very, very good mon. I'm really surprised that this went to second round, because this thing hits incredibly hard, and especially with the fact that it gets all T moves and abilities. Being able to run Tail Glow Psychic in Psychic Terrain, even if you hold a boosting item, there you go. You literally do not have a switch into that. Tail Glow is probably the most threatening thing you can think of for Tapu. You still get stuff like Tinted Lens, which is amazing. Triage? I wonder if I could make Triage work. I don't know. But mainly the big thing that you get from that is Tail Glow. You also get a few other stuff like Technoblast and Toxic Spikes, which is really cool. Transform? Hello? You can get Trick Room as well, which is nice. But even if you don't use any of those extra abilities, and even if you don't use any of those extra moves, you still have a Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is such a hard-hitting wall breaker with Choice Spec Psychic under Psychic Surge, or Psychic Terrain. You barely even need to run a different ability just because of that. Being able to block priority, being able to boost your Psychic type moves to unreal levels. It is such a good mon and has very few counters, especially in League format. So, there's that. Moving on, we have very underrated threats, very underrated mons in this format, and those include the Rotoms. Now, Rotom is typically not a mon you see that high of pick, especially the Frost form, see as a round 3 pick. But Rotom Frost is very nice because it gets the coveted, it's an Aramon, so it gets the coveted Regenerator Recover combo, along with a whole bunch of other different abilities and moves. But those are the two ones you're going to be really looking out for, is Recover and Regenerator. Being able to become such a bulky pivot. Not the best Rotom form. Again, probably Wash is going to be your best form still, even though it has a ground weakness if you get rid of Levitate. Still, Recover, all you really need. Having that great ability, or great combination of Recover, Regenerator. Like, I can't say enough about that. And Ice Electric is just a phenomenal offensive typing. We've used it in the CBL. It didn't do too much, but I still really like how well Rotom Frost performed. Great speed tier. No, not really great, but a very good speed tier, outspeeding a very common hit tier being 80, especially in format. God, there's so many base 80s in format that run around. This gives me another Volt Switcher. I'm now up to 2 Volt Switchers, and I believe altogether I'm going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Volt Turners out of 12. So that's very helpful. I love Volt Turn, although I don't use it enough in League format as much as I should. So anyway, Rotom, very good mon. Weak to rocks, which is unfortunate, but we will mitigate that. We do have a Magic Bouncer in Magearna, so there's that, and I believe... How many Hazard Removers do we have? This also gets Rapid Spin, that's what I was thinking of. This gets Rapid Spin, so that gives me a Hazard Remover already, that gives me a Magic Bouncer already. So Hazard Control is going to be very nice. Because, well, I'm not going to be too scared of Hazards. I do have 3 Mons weak to rocks on this team now that I'm looking at it, but, like, I'm not too worried about hazards. I mean, you'll see on my next pick, I have the best defogger in the game. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get into that. We have Flygon, Arrow. Or, I don't know what I'm going to name it. I don't want to name you Arrow. I don't know why, but I'm feeling just Laser. We're going to name you Laser, with a capital Z. For whatever reason. Another Levitate mon. But even better, this gets me a Fur Coat mon, if I can find the ability. Fur Coat is so nice. So nice. Turning Flygon is just such a bulky, physically defensive mon. Also, still offensive. Can run Dragon Dance. Can run, I don't know what other setup you get. You get Swords Dance, I believe. Do you get Swords Dance? You don't get Swords Dance. Why did I think you got Swords Dance? A couple of item moves you're going to get. You're going to get Fell Stinger, which could be fire. Speaking of fire, you get a whole bunch of fire moves. You get Flare Cannon, you get Focus Blast, you get a bunch of bullshit. Alright, great. But you get a Dragon Dance Sweeper, you get a Defogger, you get a Bulkymon, you get a U-Turner, you get a Pivot, you get so much out of Flygon. Especially with the fact that it gets Fur Coat. It gets Frisk, which is actually really interesting. Frisk would be really nice, just because it would... Ooh, Filter's really nice too. But Frisk is really nice because it'll let you scout items, which I'm always a fan of. I love knowing an opponent's item when they don't want me to. It does have that 4 times weakness to ice, which I'm always like, on 4 times weaknesses, but I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 4 times weakness mons on this team. But I think they're better covered just because of how versatile this team is. I don't feel like I'm gonna need to be too worried about that random hidden power. I mean, yeah, I could be worried about hidden power ice, but the mon might gain like ice beam or something in general. So, like, you're always gonna be weak to it. Like your standard Pokemon don't really counter each other anymore. Like you get so much new coverage options. So I feel like worrying about 4 times weaknesses isn't as important. Anyway, I'm rattling on about Flygon. Something else that's really interesting. Actually, I'm not going to talk about that. I just thought of a really cool set that might work one day. It might not. Whatever. We're going to move on to a Alolan Marowak. Another one that's already picked for me. Something interesting about this gets all A moves and not all M moves. So just imagine Thick Club adaptability boosted Marowak. A Alolan Marowak with hitting like hard with Flare Blitzes and Shadow Bones and having coverage such as Boomerang. And what else? You get a Celerock. That's really cool. Priority. You get acrobatics. You get agility. Anger Shot. Aqua Jet. Aqua Tail. Get a lot of actually some pretty interesting stuff. So there's that. But the main ability you're going to be looking at is adaptability. You do get stuff like, you don't get Arena Trap, but you do get Analytic and stuff, but adaptability is just so strong on a Alolan Marowak. Just being able to hit stuff, a normal Flare Blitz to just... You cannot resist its stabs at that point. It's 80 base attack, but with Thick Club and adaptability, even a 4 times resisting Mon will take neutral damage from it. So that's so good, because you're doubling your stat because of stab, you're doubling because of the Thick Club. It is phenomenal. It's so strong, and it gets agility and flame charge. It gets Swords Dance. It gets all kinds of things to boost. It also gets Stealth Rock, so that's another hazard setter for me. I believe that's my first hazard setter other than Toxic Spike's Tapu Lele. So that's really nice. You'll see that I have plenty of hazard setters. Like, I gain a lot more later on. That was something I noticed when I first got the team, is that I didn't have a lot of ways to set up hazards. But such a good mon. Very good defensive stats as well. Being able to run, I can still run the Lightning Rod if I really want to. So you'll see that overall my team is one of the things that I hate about my other drafts is that I'm always weak to electric types, just being able to click Volt Switch, Volt Switch, Volt Switch, including the MLP Season 3 where electric types just destroyed my team. I have 1 resistance, I have another resistance, I have 3 resistance, 3 potential immunities, 1 mon that never cares about Volt Switch, there's a bunch of bulky, I have like 1 mon that really is afraid of Volt Switch. 1. That's actually going to be my next one. We're going to move on to Tapu Fini. Wow. Wow. This fell to me. This fell to round 6. Tapu Fini. Do you get any, no, you don't get any, you don't get any recovery still. But you do get access to the same stuff that Tapu Lele has, so I'm not really going to go over the T stuff anymore. But this is giving me another bulky mon, which is really nice. 95 special attack is also nothing to really sneeze at. So that's something that can still be used, well, if I want to go with a calm mindset. And also, this gives me the ability, something that Tapu Fini really struggles with, is the fact that it could run one of the best sets to ever be known, and that's something what Crocoon runs. Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk, Scald. But it can't because of Misty Surge always blocking Rest. Now it can do that. It can run that Crocoon set. And it can just destroy teams because of it. Woo. It doesn't have the same great HP as Suicune. But it has that Fairy type, giving it a lot more resistances. And it can change its ability. It can have, imagine a Suicune that has Thick Fat is nothing. So Torrent could be cool. Trace could be really good. Triage, that's what I was thinking of. So Triage works with Rest. And that combination would be so good on a Croaky's, on something like a Croaky set, or in this case, Tapu Fini's Calm Mind set. So that's a set I'm really excited to see. Pair that with something like a Mental Herb or something, and then you can't be taunted. So that's really nice. It also gets Haze, so I can stop all the Shell Smash Sweepers. S-Mons are really, really scary. Simple, Shell Smash, or Sheer Force Life Orb. Wow, I can't believe I didn't grab a faster S-Mon, which our Week 1 opponent, you'll see in the Team Builder episode that I'm about to record, has a fast S-Mon, so that's very scary for us. But anyway, great coverage moves as well. Also a Defogger, that's our third Hazard Remover, and a Magic Bouncer. Already, 6 months deep. Hazard control, this team is so beautiful. Like, now that I am actually talking this out, like, a lot of the things that I've always had problems with in League format is here. Speed tiers you're going to see are something that I'm, like, really, like, driving myself crazy over. Because the team is actually kind of slow. Except for a few months late in the draft, but that's the big problem I have with it, is just speed tiers. Other than that, Tapu Fini, great Mon, can't wait to use it. Moving on, we have an S-Mon, it's Snorlax. Simple Shell Smash isn't that good. I mean, it does get me to +4 speed, which I guess can outspeed basically everything. Maybe we'll run that one day, because it does have the bulk to do that, but Snorlax, Mr. Pillow Pet. So good! I can't believe this fell to me. I believe this is the first Mon I picked, but I could be wrong. I believe my next pick could all. I know for a fact that I picked the next one. But oh my god, Snorlax fell to me. Such a fat Mon. Fat and normal types are just so good. Especially when they're not passive. Snorlax can run Curse. Snorlax can run Shell Smash, Swords Dance, if you ever wanted to. It also gets a lot of interesting abilities. It gets Sand Rush. If that was ever cool. Sand Force would be actually cool. Sap Sipper, which would be cool. Scrappy. Shadow Tag is not, I can't run that. Shed Skin to get rid of status. Skill Link. There was one, I don't know. I guess it gets a lot of cool abilities. Sturdy would be really cool to take that one in case you have face a Hitmonlee or something. But 160 HP, you may not have the best defense, but with that 160 HP, if you invest a lot in your defense, you're going to be able to take a lot of good physical hits. Just because of, again, that massive ass HP stat. And that special defense makes you such a great special wall, being able to take on a lot of special hits. I know this team at this point is looking really bulky. Like, Magearna is really bulky, Rotom-Frost is very bulky, Fur Coat, Flygon very bulky. But I love the fact that Snorlax can also not have to worry about just being bulky, because 110 base attack is really not something you don't need to laugh at. I mean, that can run a Choice Band set. And Choice Band in return from a Snorlax will hurt. Even though it's super slow. Again, maybe under Trick Room this thing could do a lot of work. Still run that Curse Slack set, which would be really interesting. But it gets a lot of other interesting moves, and I don't want to reveal too much. Like, I want to talk about these moves, but I don't want to reveal too much, because I have a lot of interesting things planned. Hello, Facebook. Let's go ahead and close that out. That's Facebook Messenger. So that's my Snorlax. Moving on, again, I know for a fact that this is something I picked. I picked Celebi. And I will talk about why I picked Celebi. I picked it for one reason. Superior is really good due to the fact of it's able to run Contrary Leaf Storm, be very fast. But imagine it with Celebi's bulk. Sure, Celebi has more weaknesses, but still, it has Recover, which is a lot better than Synthesis. It can still run that same Subseed set. It has so much more coverage, especially with all these C moves. I still think that Superior could be very better, and I think Superior is already taken, because, well, no, you don't want to run Shell Smash. Ooh, never mind. But Celebi also gets a lot of interesting moves. I believe there's something else I wanted to look at. I mean, I guess Dragon type coverage with Clanging Scales, so it can kind of be like that same superior thing, running Dragon Pulse all the time. Or Core Enforcer better. Yeah, Core Enforcer is better. By the way, I can't use Z moves unless, like, you have to have the Z Crystal to use the Z move. So I can't use Corkscrew Crash because, like, it's on there. I get Curse and... Okay, so I don't get the best move. But again, Celebi gives me a Stealth Rocker. Celebi gives me a U-turner, a pivot. It's something with Thunder Wave to be able to... Ooh, I can get Thunder Wave with a top move. That's really nice. I gotta remember that. It gives me another bulky pivot. It gives me a sweeper. It gives me a very versatile mon. I've never really used Celebi in League format, and I'm kind of upset about that. But now I can finally use it. I can contact Callus and see how well he... Tell him to give me some sets. Say, imagine if Celebi got Leaf Storm. Would you ever not draft it? But again, I really just drafted it for Contrary Leaf Storm. It also does give me that Stealth Rocker, by the way. I want to go back to Snorlax. I forgot to mention, S-Mons are really good because it gets Stealth Rock, it gets Spikes, it gets Sticky Web. Wow, wow, wow. I have a super good, bulky Pokemon that has 3 different kind of hazards and has recovery in... What is it? It has a recovery move. Slack Off. So, that's really good. That's one of the best things and why I'm so surprised Snorlax fell to round 7. It gets Slack Off. Hello? Moving on. Back to Celebi. Contrary Leaf Storm is all I really want to talk about. And Stealth Rock. There's other things I can talk about, but we're just going to move on. To another Armon. We actually got Rhyperior. Or he's going to be Raikou, actually. So... You're probably starting to see why I'm like electric mons I don't care. Why they don't bother me. Rhyperior again gets that Regenerator, Recover Core. It gives me another really good physically defensive mon, which I was kind of lacking actually. Like, I mean, I know I have mons that are bulky on the physical side. I know I have Flygon, but Rhyperior is just a hard stop to physical mons. Unless, of course, they're running like Aqua Tail or something. But even still then, I have Solid Rock. Which would also be good on Snorlax. Wow. Let's give me a Stealth Rocker. Rock Polish Sweeper if I really wanted to. It gives me a stop to Electrical Mons. I really wanted it because of that Regenerator Recover plus the ability to set up hazards. It also gives me another Rapid Spinner. So I'm up to 2 Rapid Spinners and 2 Defoggers and a Magic Bouncer. And then I'm up to my 3rd Stealth Rocker finally. I'm starting to get a lot of good stuff on here. You know, we're getting this low. You're starting to run out of things to pick. But I still like Rhyperior, and it can still come in very good still prove to be useful. Anyway, I don't have a lot to talk about Rhyperior. The next mon, I really wanted Scrafty as my next mon, because Scrafty is so good. But it got picked like 3 picks before me, but the reason I wanted Scrafty, I wanted a Dark type. I wanted a bulky Dark type that could also be very versatile. And Scrafty would have been amazing balls for this team. But we did get Drapion. What did I name it? Circuit. Battle Armor is really cool, because it can't be stuck by a critical hit. But it also gets a lot of cool abilities. It gets Dragon Dance, which is nice. So, there's that. It actually has really good stats. It has Toxic Spikes naturally. It has some good physical bulk. It's a good speed tier. At this point, it's one of my fastest mons, which is sad. It's like my 2nd highest speed tier, first being 100. But you'll see these last 2 mons are going to be fast. I knew at this point I needed some speed. Poison Dark is such a good typing though. What's really nice about this is it takes away one of the few counters to Tapu Lele. Poison Dark is just an all-around really good stop to stuff like Tapu Lele. Because of the fact that it resists the Psychic and can take move blast and fire back a Poison type move. My voice is starting to hurt. My throat is starting to hurt a lot. I need to wrap this up. Anyway, very good Dark type. Being able to spam knockoff gives me another, like I said, toxic, another hazard setter with toxic spikes. I can run it really a couple different ways. Dragon Dance is really nice because it gives that ability to boost its speed, whereas it typically only had Sword Dance. So that's nice. It gets a few other coverage moves as well with that those D moves. So that's nice. So next, I actually picked up a Virizion. I know your name, but I also don't know your name, so I'm going to Google that real quick. Okay. I always name our Virizions the same thing. Marcarelli. Alright, so Marcarelli here. Grass fighting type. Really cool. It gives me that fighting type that I was missing with Scrafty. It's my second grass type, but we have a lot of double typings on this team, and I'm actually fine with that. I think the team covers itself very, very well. Good speed deer, really good special defense, especially defensive mon. Gives me another Volt turn because it gets Volt Switch. It also gets V Create, which would be really, really cool one time to use. But it gets a few interesting things. I mean, it's mainly here for the fact that it can actually gets Volt Absorb too, so that lets me have another way to stop electric type mons. But it gives me, like, I mainly wanted it for the speed. It gives me a good pivot with Volt Switch and gives me a good Dark Resist, because at this point I was like kind of like, oh wait, my Dark Resist don't really exist. I have Magirna, I have Finny. Other than that, I have Celebi, which is weak to Dark. I have Marowak, which is weak to Dark, and typically when you think of Dark, you think knockoff, so Snorlax doesn't want to take too many of those. So there's that. But it also gives me a setup Sweet Birth, Calm Mind. I can run Swords Dance. Can run a number of things. I'm trying to think of some things that I could run with this, but like, really, I'm not going to be running this too much, because I mean, it's there for speed, really. For that speed control. Which I'm all about. I really like speed control. I'm just thinking of Swords Dance, V Create, and just like hitting something hard. But anyway, I can actually work on a Choice Band set. Don't sleep on it. Anyway, for our last one, we are actually going to pick up a Selgor. I had run out. There was very few bulk fast mons left. And what this does, it actually gives me a Spiker. That's what I was trying to think. It also gives me another U-turner, which is very nice. And it gives me an adaptability bug type, which is really cool. I mean, 100 special attack with adaptability boosted bug buzzes is actually pretty strong. Not the best, but like, hey, it works. You get stuff like knockoff, you get stuff like pursuit, which is really cool. You get recover. But like, really, I'm looking at spikes. I love spikes. I love clicking, being able to click spikes. That's why I love Skarmory. I think Skarmory is one of the best mons in typical League format. Just because it's so bulky, while so much, and always gets the chance to put up a spike or two. I love Skarmory. I love Skarmory. I love Skarmory. I can't believe I went so long without using it. But one thing I really like about this, and I was talking about speed control, look at those that second and third move. Agility plus Baton Pass. If I get that up and pass into something like Magirna, I could be really threatening for someone. Anyway, I think I've rambled on too much. How long is this? This is 30 minutes, actually. Not too bad for a 12-month recap. So once again, we have Magirna, we have Tapu Lele, we have our Rotom Frost, our Flygon, our Alola Marowak, our Tapu Fini, Snorlax, Celebi, Rhyperior, Drapion, Virizion, and our Selgor. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with this. I have one more league, I believe, I'm trying to join. After the, I actually might not be uploading MLP Season 6, which I've already, spoiler, I'm staying for MLP Season 6. I might actually be uploading that, so that's kind of sad. Because I'm going to be joining, hopefully, one more league. And then there's the DBL, and then there's this league. It's just so much. I think I'm about to overload myself, so. Without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed. week 1 battle should be go up very soon. I know I'm having that battle in a couple hours. So anyway, peace.